Namaskar, Jai Shri Krishna. Enunciating text 13, text 14 and text 15 of chapter 1. Questions by Vidur of 3rd canto, the Stratoscope of Srimad Bhagavatam. Text 13. Sa esha doshah purusha dvidaste gruhan pravishto yamapatya matya pushnasi krishna dvimukho gata shris tyajashva shaivam kula kaushalaya. You are maintaining offense personified Duryodhan as your infallible son, but he is envious of Lord Krishna. And because you are thus maintaining a non-devotee of Krishna, you are devoid of all auspicious qualities. Relieve yourself of this ill fortune as soon as possible and do good to the whole family. A good son is called apatya, one who does not allow his father to fall down. The son can protect the father's soul when the father is dead by offering sacrifices to please the Supreme Lord Vishnu. This system is still prevalent in India. After the death of his father, a son goes to offer sacrifices at the lotus feet of Vishnu at Gaya and thus delivers the father's soul if the father is fallen. But if the son is already an enemy of Vishnu, how in such an inimical mood can he offer sacrifice unto Lord Vishnu's lotus feet? Lord Krishna is directly the personality of Godhead Vishnu and Duryodhan was inimical to him. He would therefore be unable to protect his father Dhritarashtra after his death. He himself was to fall down because of his faithlessness towards Vishnu. How then could he protect his father? Vidur advised Dhritarashtra to get rid of such an unworthy son as Duryodhan as soon as possible if he was at all anxious to see to the good of his family. According to the moral instructions of Chanakya Pandit, what is the use of a son who is neither a learned man nor a devotee of the Lord? If a son is not a devotee of the Supreme Lord, he is just like blind eyes, a source of trouble. A physician may sometimes advise the extrication of such useless eyes from their sockets so that one can be relieved of the constant trouble. Duryodhan was exactly like blind troubling eyes. He would be a source of great trouble to the family of Dhritarashtra as foreseen by Vidur. Vidur therefore rightly advised his eldest brother to get rid of this source of trouble. Dhritarashtra was wrongly maintaining such personified offense under the mistaken impression that Duryodhan was a good son, able to liberate his father. Text 14. Ityu chivams tatra suyodhanen pravruddha kopa sfurita dharen asatkritaha sat spruhaniya shilaha kshatta sakarnanuja saubalen. While speaking thus, Vidur, whose personal character was esteemed by respectable persons, was insulted by Duryodhan, who was swollen with anger and whose lips were trembling. Duryodhan was in company with Karna, his younger brothers, and his maternal uncle Shakuni. It is said that giving good counsel to a foolish person causes the fool to become angry, just as feeding milk to a snake only increases its venomous poison. Saint Vidur was so honorable that his character was looked up to by all respectable persons, but Duryodhan was so foolish that he dared to insult Vidur. This was due to his bad association with Shakuni, his maternal uncle, as well as with his friend Karna, who always encouraged Duryodhan in his nefarious acts. Text 15. Ka ena matropa juhava jiha mama dasyaha sutam yada bali naiva prushtah tasmin प्रतीपः परकृत्य आसते निर्वास्य तामाशु पुराच श्वसानः. Who asked him to come here? This son of a kept mistress. He is so crooked that he spies in the interest of the enemy against those on whose support he has grown up. Toss him out of the palace immediately and leave him with only his breath. When getting married, the Kshatriya kings would take on several other youthful girls along with the married princes. These girl attendants of the king were called the dasis or attendant mistresses. By intimate association with the king, the dasis would get sons. Such sons were called dasiputras. They had no claim to a royal position, but they would get maintenance and other facilities just like princes. Vidur was the son of such a dasi and he was thus not counted amongst the Kshatriyas. King Dhritarashtra was very affectionate to his younger Dasiputra brother Vidur, and Vidur was a great friend and philosophical advisor to Dhritarashtra. Duryodhan knew very well that Vidur was a great soul and well-wisher, but unfortunately he used strong words to hurt his innocent uncle. Duryodhan not only attacked Vidur's birth but also called him an infidel because he seemed to support the cause of Yudhishthir, whom Duryodhan considered his enemy. He desired that Vidur be immediately put out of the palace and deprived of all his possessions. If possible, he would have liked him caned until he was left with nothing but his breath. He charged that Vidur was a spy of the Pandavas because he advised King Dhritarashtra in their favor. Such is the situation of palace life and the intricacies of diplomacy that even a faultless person like Vidur could be charged with something abominable and punished. Vidur was struck with wonder at such unexpected behavior from his nephew Duryodhan, and before anything actually happened, he decided to leave the palace for good. Hari Krishna.